On today's show, what is consciousness? What is meditation? What does it do for you? Should you care? Honestly, I'm just gonna get kind of into it. I'm just explaining why meditation, I honestly think, is essential. What it can do for you. What it really practically, pragmatically, simply can do for you. Now take you. When you're walking through your life, you're walking through your day, then something happens. Anything. Whatsoever. But it freaks you out. It stresses you out. It annoys you. It causes you pain. Causes you suffering. Anything. We all have problems. Problems don't just go away. The way I see it is you can only learn to manage them better. And being able to meditate, what that really just means to me, and what I'm using it for the purpose of this video, it's just being able to clear your thoughts, not having to think, being able to just sit down without requiring anything. There's different forms of it, but for the purpose of this lesson, for the purpose of being able to help you, I think there's a beauty and there's a power to not needing anything whatsoever to calm down, to relax, to feel good, and to be able to just zone in, chill out, and relax. Now, why I find this is really useful is because then, when you get to that situation where something annoys you, something pisses you off, it upsets you, whatever it is, then you can do that without needing anything. I got a fidget spinner. You guys heard of those? You know, there's little stress toys. There's things people do to distract themselves, to calm themselves down, to keep their mind busy. But it's like, what happens when you don't have that? What happens when you don't have that thing? What happens when you can't go do that thing, when you can't change your thoughts, you can't change your mind, you're stuck in a low loop, you're stuck in depression, you're stuck in anxiety, you can't break it, that thing is upsetting you and you can't not let it upset you. You can't let go, you can't relax. So that's why I think there's a beauty, there's a power to being able to just center yourself and calm yourself down without needing anything. I feel like I've given you kind of the idea of what I wanted to open this video with, what I wanted to explain, what it's really done for me, because now I can walk into a situation. I'm not no master, I'm not no expert, I'm not perfect at it, but I can understand the idea and I can implement it still, I can practice it. In situations, honestly, my stress level, my anger level, my anxiety level, depression levels, I don't even know what it used to be. Since I've been doing this, like, it's just, I can't even imagine if I go years back what I was really like, because like I have an idea of what I was like, but I can't even see myself like that anymore. Now I get into a situation, things that used to stress me out, they may not stress me out at all. And if something does stress me out, I know how to calm down because I'm not dependent on anything to calm me down. I'm doing it for myself wherever I am, and it starts with probably at home, or when you're driving your car in traffic, or when you're in that stressful situation. Sometimes it's the most beautiful place to try to calm down. See, now what I do when I hit a stressful situation, instead of freaking out, worrying about the problem, like this tree right here, I just calm down and move on from it. Trying to give you kind of a lesson, like in my job, it's my job to deal with people, to deal with a lot of customers, and lots of the time it's really my job to help them fix their problems, to help them solve things that they can't figure out on their own, or they can figure out on their own but they don't want to put the time and energy and work into it. So all day I got people coming in giving me their problems, telling me their BS, wanting me to fix their life, fix their story, help them out. It's interesting too. It has nothing to do with what I'm doing with my channel in a sense, but it's interesting because I am getting the practice and experience of helping people solve their problems. So it puts me in a stressful position. Like, it's in a position where I'm completely justified to be completely stressed out, to be freaking out, to be full of anxiety, to be full of stress, full of worry. But now, since I understand these concepts, what happens when I get in that stressful situation, not to say that you don't understand them, it's more of like I know how to apply them, I know how to implement them, I know how to take action on these thoughts. And since I'm able to do that when I hit a stressful situation, now it's like, okay, How do I calm down? How do I stop thinking? How do I clear my head? How do I manage myself emotionally, mentally, energetically? How do I take control of the situation? How do I assume responsibility? It's good to actually assume responsibility. When you don't assume responsibility, even if it has nothing to do with you, it's empowering to take responsibility. Because when you don't take responsibility for the situation, you're just kind of floating through the wind. You're letting fate tell you how to live your life. You're just letting other people influence how you feel and where you are in your life. But if you take responsibility for all situations, decide maybe you had something to do with it, or maybe there's something you can do about it. See, that's right there. That's really all you need, to decide that you can do something about it. Then you can take action from there. But if you don't think you can do anything about it, if you're just walking around like, oh, this guy, he pissed me off, so now I'm angry. Then they walk through the rest of their day being angry over something little. Like, how many times maybe have you gotten cut off in traffic and then you get so stressed out, you get so angry and you hold on to that anger and you can't just let it go. You can't move on with your life. You can't take control of the situation and accept it. So that's what's good about taking responsibility. It gives you control back. What I wanted to talk about too was really good about this is that first, this might sound like it's a little discouraging. At first it may seem hard, it may seem confusing, it may be stressful, you may feel like it's giving you more anxiety because now you're trying to do this with your mind. But the more you start to learn, the more you start to understand, the more you grow at it, the better you get at it. Like you keep getting better, basically, period. Like it's hard at first. That sounds kind of weird because the way I'm trying to word it. Eckhart Tolle, he said there's no loss in consciousness. Any that you gain, you keep. If you increase your consciousness, you increase your awareness, you increase your state of mind, you pull yourself up, you know how to calm down more. I see it in two separate ways. What eventually starts to happen, one, it's easier. It's easier for you to calm yourself down. And two, you're going to get into higher states of calmness. You're going to be able to do it even more. You're going to be able to take this even farther. You're going to be able to accomplish more in your life, especially because you're not wasting your energy on thoughts that you don't need to have. You can be here. You can be focused. Let's say like kind of rambling on, but these are like benefits of just like trying to calm down, try to meditate. Then when you go back into your life, you can focus on dealing with your problems the right way. I like to look at it too just as another pragmatic way to look at problems. Instead of focusing on the problem, you focus on the solutions. The first solution could just be calming down, recentering yourself. And then from there you can go on and you can take action in your life towards fixing what the actual problem is at hand, the situation at hand, but it starts with you. It starts with you taking control of yourself. And what I was trying to put in this segment of the video is like, honestly, I overall feel like I'm a lot more calm now. I'm a lot more at ease. I'm a lot more relaxed. Like I can still feel some tension in me that wants to rise up. It wants to take over. But if I look at myself 5 years from ago, like I was going crazy. I was so angry. I was so stressed out. I was so worried all the time. I was full of so much anxiety and depression. I didn't know what to do with it. And it's just, I kind of found this ladder. And I kind of just started climbing up it. And I climbed up it. And I climbed up it. And there's a lot of ladders, like when you're moving forward in life and you're trying to make your career or your business get started, you can fall backwards on that ladder. But the ladder up to consciousness, up to, just walking around more calm, more at peace, more at ease, more accepting of yourself, more loving of yourself, more happy, excited for the world, it feels like it's a ladder that you don't fall down. As I keep getting more and more, I like to call it calmness, that's really what it is. It's just, you're at peace, you're at ease with yourself. It doesn't have to be this like ecstasy state of happiness, but at least you don't have all that noise in the back of your head. You don't feel like you're just riddled with anxiety you don't know how to deal with. Right now I just feel really centered, really at home, just really peace. And it's not like just because I just finished meditating, it's like because I've been trying to do this for years and years and years, and now I'm just kind of walking around like this. I don't know, I feel good, I feel calm, I'm relaxed. and it's not an overnight process. I'm trying to really put this, because it's really the idea I'm going to just kind of force into this video. I'm almost like repeating it, that it might seem hard at first. You're going to be lost, you're going to be confused, you're not going to know what to do, and that's okay. As long as you keep trying, you keep moving forward, you're not going to fall back down this ladder. You're just going to keep going up. It might take you a couple years to actually, you know, notice like real significant differences, but it's going to be worth it. Do you, I mean, honestly want to go through the rest of your life always stressed out, always worried, always afraid, you know, just levels of stress in the background? Or would you like to every single day try to calm yourself down just a little bit more, and then a little bit more? Realize that maybe your body and your mind is overreacting to certain situations, and that even if you are right, even if you are justified, it doesn't mean you have to get angry. It doesn't mean you have to get stressed. You can calmly deal with the problem, deal with the situation. The other day I got my Jeep stuck in a hole. I'm over here ripping my hands apart, trying to dig it out by hand. I got gloves on at least, but literally trying to dig it out by hand, while my girlfriend's over there having a panic attack. She's mad at me, you know, telling me all these things, you know, just freaking out, depressed, anxiety, stress, worry, panic, just everything. Just had everything going on, like all the bad things, putting all these bad thoughts out there, all these bad words out there, just freaking out, really upset at everything, really upset at life, just going into this really low zone. But I'm like, why am I gonna do that? Why am I gonna let myself get stressed out? Even if you're doing it, even if somebody else is doing it, why am I gonna do that to myself? If I do that to myself, if I let myself go to that place, it's hard for me now. I'm so busy in my life. It's hard for me to let myself get depressed and let myself get stressed out. It's hard to, actually, because I notice how tired I am. When I'm doing so much in life that I could only do it if I'm at a high level, at a high power, at a high energy, if I'm calm, if I'm not wasting my energy mentally. But I start letting those thoughts come in, or any angry thoughts, any upset thoughts, any jealousy, grief, sadness, anything negative, then I could feel myself getting tired. And it's like when I let them, I had to let those thoughts go, because when I started letting them go when I was, starting to like go there myself, but when I was there in the situation, I started almost letting myself go into negativity. I realized I immediately became tired. I didn't want to do anything. I kind of just gave up on the spot, on the moment. Like, as long as I stayed calm and centered and cool, I felt like I could have just been digging there all night. It's like, yeah, yo, we figured this out. We get out of here one way or another. We go find someone to pull us out. We do this. We got this. We're just going to make it through. Nothing's going to last forever. All right? There's one way or another. We're going to make it out of the situation. We're going to move on with our lives. We're going to be okay. That's the kind of attitude that's going to get you through anything. But if you got that kind of attitude where you get angry, you get stressed out, and you just let that take you in a downward spiral, you're not going to be able to get out of the problem. I don't want this to sound like I'm rambling, but I kind of put this last point in here. When we're children, we learn to cry, to scream, to get angry, to freak out, to panic, because then the adult comes. Your parent comes, or whoever is there, and they come and they help you and they solve your problem and they try to put an end to your suffering. And what happens is we don't realize is that when we're adults, we try to solve our problems like this. We try to get angry, we try to yell, we try to scream, we try to freak out, because we think that's going to get rid of the problem. Because one way or another, when we were a child, that took care of the problem. It pushed it away. But as you're an adult, as you're coming into your true self, as you're coming into what you want to do in your life, the farther and the higher you want to go in life, you're going to get more problems. You're going to get more difficult problems. You're going to get challenges. You're going to get struggles. You're going to get higher quality problems. You're not going to get rid of your problems. There's no place you're going to go where you have no more problems, but there's a place where you can go where you can manage them and you can deal with them. And honestly, there's a place you can go where you love problems, where you love challenges, because that's what's going to help you grow. It's what's going to get you to the next level. It's going to teach you what you need to learn so you become the person you want to be and go do the things you want to do. Have a lovely life, guys. Just try. Little challenge, nothing hard. Try to spend at least 1 second right now, no thought,